Hello and welcome to Add-on. So today we are going to learn what is meant by acceptance angle for an optical fiber, and then we will show that it is related to the numerical aperture. So let's first talk about the acceptance angle. Imagine you are trying to shine light into an optical fiber. So the acceptance angle is like a magic cone. It decides the maximum angle at which light can enter the fiber and still propagate inside it. So, what happens if the light enters at an angle greater than the acceptance angle? Right. It won't stay inside the fiber. Instead, it will escape. So, this angle ensures light stays trapped through the process of total internal reflection. Think of it like the fiber's way of saying only light within this cone is allowed to pass through. Now, let's dive into its mathematical expression. So, assume we are working with a step index fiber and which has two layers, the core and the cladding. So we assume that the core's refractive index is given by N1 and the cladding's refractive index, which is slightly lower, is given by N2. We also assume the fiber is surrounded by air, so the refractive index of the outer medium becomes N0 equals to 1, right? Now imagine a light ray entering the fiber at an angle I, which is the angle of incidence. Now, according to Snell's law, we know that sin I by sin theta equals to n1 divided by n0. It is the Snell's law at the interface between the air and the fiber core. Now, here's the key. For the light to stay trapped in the core, it must undergo total internal reflection at the core and the cladding boundary. And this can happen only when sin phi is greater than n2 by n1. Now, using some trigonometry and substituting the values, we can express sine theta. Let's check in the diagram. This angle is theta and this angle is phi. So, we have sine theta less than root over of or to the power half 1 minus n2 by n1 whole square. Now, substituting this value into the Snell's law, we can find that sine I is less than n1 by n0 root over or to the power half 1 minus n2 by n1 whole square. Now, assuming n0 is 1 for air, the maximum acceptance angle, which is given by Im, is sine inverse of root over n1 square minus n2 square. So, the maximum acceptance angle is given by this expression Im equals to sine inverse of root over n1 square minus n2 square. Here n1 and n2 are the refractive indices of the core and the cladding respectively. Now, next up is the numerical aperture, or we write it as Na. So let's understand this. So the numerical aperture given by Na is the measure of the fiber's light gathering ability. And mathematically it is defined as the sine of the acceptance angle, which means Na equals to sine of Im, and Im is the acceptance angle. So we have numerical aperture equals to root over of or to the power half n1 square minus n2 square. Notice how the numerical aperture depends only on the refractive indices of the core and the cladding. This means higher the difference between n1 and n2, the greater the numerical aperture will be, and the more light the fiber can capture. Now, we have this delta. We can replace this in this equation to have delta equals to n1 square minus n2 square divided by 2 n1 square. And then we have the index difference, which is given by delta equals to n1 minus n2 divided by n1. Thus, showing the relation between numerical aperture and the acceptance angle. So, if you visualize all the light rays entering this fiber within the acceptance angle, they form a cone shape. And this cone shows all possible directions from which the fiber can accept light. So, if the numerical aperture increases, what happens to this cone? Yes, it gets wider. allowing more light to enter. So, to sum it up, the acceptance angle defines the maximum angle at which light can enter and stay within the fiber, and the numerical aperture quantifies this in terms of refractive indices. And together they help determine the fiber's efficiency in capturing and guiding light inside the fiber. Thank you for watching.